now? We got to look. 4 o'clock. We got 3:57 on here. On my computer it said 4 o'clock. I'm trying to figure if your Megatron is right or if my computer is. You know, it don't seem like we can get the right time anymore out of all this electronics we've got.
I know, because mine says something different than yours.
It does? It's 4 o'clock. How come I got all these bears in my chair?
But when in doubt, the boss is always right.
Yeah, Kathy, we're listening to you. Anyway, we've got some numbers moving up. I think the last one we were at, what, 445? And we're heading up. We're heading up. They've been actually dumping the scheduled donations, we believe, from the 1st through the 11th in the pot. So it's been climbing up real fast. That's why you're seeing that. That's all those donations that were made the 1st through the 11th. They have given out 3 golden tickets. Unfortunately, we haven't got those 3 golden tickets, but fortunately, we still got 21 more chances. 21 more chances, so keep those hourly numbers. We got a new set of numbers coming up for this hour. I know you're going to get sick of hearing this, but we need your help this hour, right? We do, right? When we come out here next time, are you guys going to be on cots? You're already sitting down. We just came from sitting down. Jeez, I got to stand. I'm going to go to sleep sitting down. I told them that we've only got 4 more hours before the staff comes in. That ain't bad.
Yeah, but I've been busy. You know, I've been on with the chatters, and I know she's going to do a lucky story.
Okay.
And I've been busy investigating.
What's that?
Coffee. Now, anybody out there knows that I like coffee.
Well, just a minute. Let me see it. You know what? They say the best part of waking up is lucky in your cup.
Scott, I got to talk to the marketing folks here.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Now, you got to know a little bit about Lucky first.
Can I be Baravana White?
Certainly, Scott, certainly. Yes. Now, for those of you, this is an education piece. For those of you, now, who is the last bear that gets up in the morning?
That would be Lucky.
Our curator says Lucky Bear is usually the last bear to get up in the morning. Now, Mr. Vanna White, could you read the name of Lucky?
Verna White.
Verna White, could you read the name on this coffee?
Lucky's Top of the Morning Blend, you know. It's Lucky's Top of the Morning Blend.
Yes, it is. Yeah, the Irish folks out there. Now, there are some folks from Ireland out there. No names, but we do have some folks from Ireland. And the top of the morning to you on Lucky's Top of the Morning Blend. Now, Lucky's Top of the Morning is usually around noon.
Well, that's a good time for coffee. There's nothing wrong with that. And this is another fine Gene Hicks product. Again, a local Eliite that has made this coffee for us. Here you go. It's on our website. We are excited about having it. This is our second blend. So the best part of waking up is Lucky and honey in your cup. Right? So now we get to have another story picked by the chatters. Can you explain who the chatters are?
All you folks that are listening right now and asking questions and talking on our very family-friendly website. All you need is to have, I think JT better answer this one, I'm not sure. But all you folks that keep us busy and continually to support us, that's the chatters. And you talk about things that I have no idea what you're talking about sometimes, but when I get on, because my name is Story, and you always welcome me, and it's good to be on there, and the moderators will edit my questions that I want, so it's pretty cool. So JT can tell you how you get on if you'd like to.
Yeah, first you start with, bear.org. That's www.bear.org. So there you go. Hopefully you're listening right now. But, you know,
We don't know how you're watching.
sometimes there are people that are on our site, and we call them lurkers. A lurker is someone who watches the chat, but never says anything, never actually logs in.
Why was a lurker?
Well, we don't want to say that, Scott, but yeah, up until not too long ago, you were a lurker. That's the official.
But not a lurker.
You're a lurker. But, you know, if you go on the live cameras, and we usually use the PTZ camera during the summer, but right now we're using the special live events camera. All you need to do is to sign up, and on Ustream.
What are you doing at the Megatron?
Well, there's someone talking to me. And you just sign up with a Ustream account, and they ask you some really simple things like, you know, you're going to have a username, and mine happens to be Bears9005. Or if you want to talk to our director, it is Director Scott. And if you see Director Scott, you know you're talking to that fella. And our Bear Curator, yeah, Scott, and our Bear Curator, is it Storyteller?
Storyteller.
When Sharon's on, it's Storyteller, so she's got a reputation of knowing stories. And, you know, lurkers are sometimes shy people, and, you know, they just like to look and see what kind of moderated chat room we have. And it's a moderated chat room. We talk about bears, not just about Ted, Lucky, Honey, and Holly. They show pictures, videos, and, well, a lot of other things as well. But it's always family friendly, and lurkers don't need to be afraid to just log in and say, "Hi, I'm new." And that's all you need to say, and we'll help you out from there. But, you know, Sharon, it's time for a lucky storyteller.
So I'm also the program director here, and back in 2007, when we were trying to bring folks in and generate some new ideas, we decided to have what we called a Jamberry contest. A Jamberry contest was that folks, we put it in the paper, we advertised it. Folks would make a particular jam or jelly, homemade, and we had three judges here that we had either just handpicked, or we had one intern and 2 volunteers that came in, and they would taste test the jams that were brought in, and then they would pick their favorite, and from their favorite, each one of their favorites would go out to let Ted pick his favorite. And whoever Ted picked would be the winner. Well, this particular, in 2007, Lucky was just a wee cub, and going into his 8th, he was about 8.5 months old, and he was still pretty thin because he came to us weighing about 20 pounds. So he had only been here a little over a month when we did this. And he knew me as one of his moms. He had 4 moms at that time. And he knew me as one of them, so I was in the enclosure with him, and we had to wake Ted up. Now, if you've ever had to wake Ted up, it's a slow process. He has to yawn and stretch and eventually get up. So he came down, and we had the jams spread out for him to taste, but he was more interested in getting up on the preacher log and looking at the people. So he was all on his little preaching log. Well, Lucky did not see him come up to it because he came from a different area. Lucky was inside the log. Yes, he was that small that he could actually get inside the logs, the same logs that you see out there right now. He could fit into at that time. So he was inside the log. So we put the jam down because Ted was definitely not interested. He was just waking up, and he was just all agaze at all the folks around him. and Lucky sticks out his little tongue, and he licks one of the jams. And that was pretty good, so he came out far enough to finish eating it, and then he looked up. And if everyone remembers, if you were looking and watching on the cameras at that time, you know that Ted, well, maybe we didn't have cameras at that time, I don't even remember. Lucky was very afraid of Ted. They didn't make friends until October of that year. And so Lucky freaked out. And he ran up on the hill, and he was just bawling. And so I went up to comfort him, and Judy has a picture that one of the photographers took at that time. If you can zoom in on this picture, he got up on my neck and just hugged me. He was so happy that someone was there to comfort him. So it was just one of those mom moments that just can't be replaced ever in neither my memory or by this picture. And he is still the sweet 400-plus pound bear that he was back then at some 30, probably 25, 30 pounds at that time. But he could just fit into those logs just right. And soon after that, he and Ted made friends, and that was the end of my play with him. But it was just a best experience. So thank you for listening to that story. Back to Scott.
That was a really nice story. I'd never heard that before. I didn't know you did jamberry contest or jam, whatever you call it. You did it for 2 years. Sounds like it was delicious. Yeah, I'm sure you did. But what a cool picture that is. That's a good memory. You've had a lot of really neat memories here. You really have. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, that is so cool right there. That just don't happen every day, you know. That don't.
I know that. It's those special moments that make this job a privilege.
What's that?
I said it's special times like this, whether they're very sweet and comforting like this one, or challenging like when Holly came and socializing her. Now she's just the sweetest little girl that you could ever want to meet. But she was a challenge when she came here, but that's part of the privilege of being the curator and being able to work with these bears. And it's all for you folks that watch these bears continually. Some of you have been here, some of you may never get here, but through your continued help, you make these bears and myself what we are. And my job here is only made better by you folks helping us do what we do.
And we really appreciate Sharon and what she does too. But again, we want to remind you out there that, especially for those new, fresh listeners that just got up at 4 o'clock, because there's probably some that's gotten up at 4 o'clock to see how we're doing, and we're still here, and we've got another 20 hours to go. That don't seem that bad. It's fast, really fast. But you know, we're hoping to keep it moving along as the day progresses. We're going to have more visitors, so that keeps us fresher. And then after everybody leaves about 8 o'clock tonight, oh boy, that's a tough time for us. So that's when we really need to pick it up, and that last 4 hours leaderboard-wise and getting us up into that area where we can get some extra cash just by people helping out really makes a big difference too. But we want to say thank you to all you out there, and we'll see you at 5 o'clock, pretty much on the nose. Every now and then, if we get some really good news that we want to spread you, we may all of a sudden just pop in and just say, hey, we got some news for you, breaking news. For all you out there, though, we say thank you, and we'll see you shortly. Remember, it's by the hour of the numbers, and now Sharon wants the mic again.
I do, because, you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere very soon.
It's probably true. I think in Massachusetts it's 5 o'clock.
It is. Yeah.
I wonder what it is in Africa. What is it?
Someone in Africa, tell us what time it is.
How about across the seas there? What are we talking? The Netherlands?
The Netherlands. I wonder what time it is in the Netherlands.
Yeah, what time's it in the Netherlands, Ireland, I mean, we got people from all over that are watching this, and new people out there too. Let's see, we've got Germany. We've got, what else? Let's name some places. New Zealand, Australia.
It is 11 a.m. in the Netherlands.
11 a.m. in the Netherlands. Isn't that cool?
It's 10 a.m. in Ireland.
It's 10 a.m. in Ireland. Well, maybe we could pretend we're in Ireland right now, and then we'd only have 9 hours to go. Oh, that's true.
Only 4 more hours.
That's not bad, though. But anyway, we want to say thank you to everybody out there watching us. You sure are a fun group. And you have a great next hour. Watch those numbers go up on Give to the Max, and we'll be here at 5 o'clock. Thanks again.
Thank you, folks.
Bye now.